This image right here defines this episode perfectly. Look at all of them. And who do you see in the image? Yep, Brooklyn. Candy posted this image and she wrote, hanging out with some baddies and a little baddie in the making, Brooklyn Daily. Okay, let's get into it. What's up, my Fina love? Sisters Fina D coming to you all from Vina Team News. Thank you all so much for the comments, the amazing messages, and just everything. I appreciate every single one of you. As you can see, this entire month, this month will be over very soon. And I think I've only posted 2 videos. So please don't be like, uh-oh, Vina is changing up and switching up on us. She's not in the comments anymore. I am way behind. So I see the love. I see everything. And trust me, when I get caught up, I will be in the comments responding. Some of you might receive response a month down the line, 2 months down the line. Just hang in there with me, please. But know that I appreciate every single one of you. I see the love. I'm grateful. Thank you. But I'm not ignoring you. Just know that I just have to get caught up. And once I'm caught up, I will take a day or 2 to respond to the comments and everything. Okay? People need to remember that when certain situations happen in your life, it doesn't matter your age. You learn to live with it, but you never forget it. Common example, wasn't Portia just crying on an episode with her sister Lauren because she felt like her father was giving Lauren more attention because he was married to her mother and he wasn't with her mom? Did people say, oh my gosh, Portia, that happened years ago, let it go? No, because it's a part of her life and she's living to learn and deal with it, but she still got emotional. So why is it that these girls don't understand that Kenya trauma and issues with a mother rejecting her, it's also the reason why she's doing the complete opposite with Brooklyn. I'm a mother. My mom abandoned me. So I'm not leaving my daughter anywhere. Why people can't understand that Kenya is also going through that. She's finding a balance. And right now her balance is the nanny being in the next room. But that attachment to her daughter that, my gosh, I'm going to be the best mom and the complete opposite from what my mother was to me. So Kenya is going through a lot, and for people to have been in her life and know her story, I'm not saying, oh my gosh, here we go, this seems sob story, but Kenya mom not wanting her. No, it's real and it's true. It is real and it's true. She's going through some deep-rooted situations. So for Candy and Cynthia Bailey to call themselves her friends and to still not understand internally what she's going through, like, come on. You want me to choose a game over my kid? Really? You can't call yourself a friend and you know your friend's situation goes deeper than just she's a mother now. You know her history, and that's what she's going through. And I pray that God continue to protect and cover she and Brooklyn, okay? Because that attachment that she would have to work on it and understand that, yes, I love Brooklyn. That's my baby. I'm going to take her everywhere. But there are times that, we might not be together and all of that. But that's something that she's working with, because for the first time in her life, she has someone who will always be there. And because of everything she went through with her mother's situation, she had the mindset of, I will be the complete opposite. And to her, her even leaving her daughter at the house to go out of town, she feels like she's abandoning her, and she's not. But that's what her mind goes to. So she's gonna come with me so she never have to say mommy, and mommy is not there. I love you. I love you more. I love you. No. Don't. I love you more. So I have my turkey, and I'm getting ready to transfer it onto the plate. You want to move a little closer? What? Do you want to move a little closer? Ah, we did it! Yay! Yay, baby! Because she knew what it felt like to say mommy, and her mother never showed up. And it was her grandmother who did an amazing job with her. She knows what it feels like. And even if she goes away for work or something important, she feels like every time Brooklyn says mommy, she should physically be there to say, what, baby? I'm here. She wants to make sure that every time Brooklyn needs her, she's there. And that's something that she will have to work on, because just because you're not physically there doesn't mean that you're not a great mom, that you're not a mother and all of that. And Brooklyn would have to get used to that over time. But let her get to that point. And that's the disgusting part, for these women to know this woman's story and still treat her this way. That was the thing that was so hurtful about this episode. I just wanted to say that before I get into my actual review about everything else that happened, okay? So let's get into it. Now, most of you are aware that even though my review was late, very late, on the last episode, okay, I started with the little clip for this week's episode. So I've basically covered like almost 50 to 60% of everything that happened in this episode. So to avoid making this video an hour long, if you missed that review, I have included a link in the description below. Click that link and you will hear everything that I said about the fake tears and all of that from people who barely saw their kids before quarantine. Some of them barely saw their kids and argue with their husband because they had to work, but now they want to cry and behave like they're always with these children that they were never with, and they were choosing work over these children. But oh no, let's make Kenya Moore look bad, so let's go ahead and cry. I'm already getting started. But anyways, if you don't watch the Real Housewives of Atlanta, I am doing a review on the most recent episode that just ended tonight. You will get this video probably Monday morning, Monday afternoon, evening. I'm hoping, okay? I'm doing my best to be on time. So, but I'm recording it after the episode on Sunday, all right? So let's just get right into it. The whole bullying and the ganging up on Kenya and all of that, not here for it. Turn off. Kenya doesn't have any real friends on that show, and I've been saying it over and over again. I touched on this topic already in the last video I did, but I do want to talk about the whole Candy coming after Kenya. Candy is desperate at this point. Candy does not have a storyline like I've been saying. LaToya was supposed to be her storyline because that's her friend. She brought LaToya on the show, okay? That's her friend. Now, her friend comes on the show. She's supposed to be this feisty, new girl, new energy that's supposed to help Candy. But then LaToya gravitated towards Kenya Moore, and now Candy is stuck with every few weeks Riley is in college. That's it. She has nothing else going on. So I have to do something. And what does she do? Let me go ahead and get a storyline from someone that I call a friend. Every single thing that Candy and Kenya Moore talked about, Kenya told her personally off camera. You see, a real friend don't do that. Kenya told her every single thing personally off camera. Yes, I said it twice. But because Candy is so desperate for a storyline, I don't give a bleep, okay, about what you told me off camera. I'm going to come here and pretend like you've never had this conversation with me, okay, because I want you to expose your business on camera. If Candy did not know Kenya's situation, she wouldn't have been so passionate on the bus. How are you so passionate on the bus defending Kenya and saying she doesn't have anyone, but then turn around and do what you did? You know, all of this extra stuff about Kenya going upstairs when Kenya said at the table, I have a game. How about we all wear our PJs and go to bed? So when did she agree to play this game? When? And when I talk about the hypocrisy, I'll be serious about that. Because yes, I understand that, and I'm going to be all over the place, okay? I understand the importance of everything that happened to Breonna Taylor, okay? Very sensitive subject, so don't get me wrong. But for example, Fallon brought her husband, right? Crickets. No one cared. Portia said, I'm not going to work out. I'm not going to participate. I'm just going to watch from the sidelines. Crickets. Not one person said why, whatever the reason was, nobody cared. Nobody questioned why Portia was doing what she was doing, okay? So even though these girls know Kenya Moore's situation, it doesn't matter. She breathes, and it's a problem, and it's disgusting at this point. Since I have the image of Drew and Portia on the screen, I will say this. I'm not here for Drew, but I'm glad that she called the girls out. Like, wait a minute. When Kenya wasn't in your presence, y'all were crying and going in on her, like dragging the heck out of her. And then now y'all running around and kicking because, like nothing happened. Yes, I understand Candy pulled her aside and talked to her, or she encouraged Candy for the both of them to sit down and have a conversation. But the rest of the girls, even her own so-called new friend, LaToya, which is the reason why I said in my previous reviews that LaToya is cool, but it doesn't mean that I'm over here doing backflips for LaToya because we don't know her yet, and we shall see. And they all sat there, didn't defend Kenya, Exactly. So I'm glad that Drew didn't only call them out, but at the table, she said something when they went to dinner. I'm going to get into that. Also, it's like the same thing I said about Drew when she made this big deal about, Kenya was being sneaky and not wanting to tell the girls. And I said, Drew, you do know that that was a test, right? And that Kenya knows these girls are going to watch the show and see what happened. So it's not like she did that to hide anything. She was testing you. And also, she came clean at the table that she was taking a private jet. It's the same thing. I don't know why these girls are behaving like Kenya wasn't going to watch the episode and see that they were all talking about her and dragging her and all of that. This is the bottom line, okay? The bottom line is these girls feel insecure and they are projecting, all right? How dare Kenya Moore be out here looking like mother of the year? Now she's making us look like we're not mothers of the year. So let's go ahead and blame Kenya and be like, she's the reason why we are not looking like mother of the year. Candy, before this trip, your own husband dragged you up and never being around for your kids and chasing the money. Kudos to you and all of your success. But don't do this whole Kenya's trying to behave like she's mother of the year when your own husband came at you and you yourself cried because you were constantly leaving your home, going to work, booking all of these different gigs, and your kids barely seeing you. You know what I'm saying? So, but no. Kenya Moore is out here looking great. So let's go ahead and make it look like she's the reason why we are not looking great. Portia, I don't doubt that Portia is a great mother, but how many scenes did we see Portia on the phone with Pilar? I mean, I understand that Bravo cut things out, but Bravo is up on the Portia, you know what, right now. So there's no way she would be on a phone call with Pilar and we won't see that. How many scenes did they cut to Portia and she was talking to Pilar? Portia said, I'm just here to drink, dance, and have fun. Because now you're projecting because she's a great mother. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying Candy and Portia aren't great mothers. Absolutely not. I do not know these people personally. So please don't take this clip and say, oh, there's a girl on YouTube that said Portia and Candy aren't great mothers. Absolutely not. I never said that. I'm just saying that's what it looks like in the scene, that Kenya was trying to behave like she's a better mother than them. They said those words, not me. And that's not the case. She takes her child everywhere. And for Candy, of all people, to suggest that next time bring two nannies and pay for it because you want to play a dumb game, when LaToya could have stepped in and said, Kenya brought Brooklyn, that's why we have two hosts. I'm going to step in and take over hosting duties. Okay, why Kenya go and handle her business? That's all LaToya had to say. Kenya's going to go and be with Brooklyn. I'm going to take over hosting duties. The end. I'm not going to pay for two nannies because I want to sit on camera and play a stupid game. Yes, it's a show, it's a job, but she did her job. The night was over. So they were projecting because they are the ones with the double standards. And I'm glad that social media and other people saw right through them, and they all got dragged. And every single one of them got dragged for ganging up and trying to bully Kenya for being a great mother. Just for them to go on the next trip to New Orleans. Y'all had the opportunity after crying the last episode to bring your children. And who was on that trip again? Brooklyn. Thank you. Also, for those of you who follow Candy, let us not sit here and pretend that even in the midst of a pandemic, Candy is still everywhere at almost like every party and out there. So, like, girl, Kenya Moore is a reason. But I'm going to get to Kenya Moore tweets because she exposed them and production. Now, Kenya was on Twitter. She had a lot to say, so I'm going to get into her tweets, all right, because she was on there defending herself. The Real Housewife of Atlanta was trending. When I clicked on it, it was just Kenya. It was like, dang, does anybody else? Is anybody else on the show? You know, it's crazy. So we're going to get into that. But I want to touch on some things. For example, Portia calling Kenya the B word, and everyone sat there, didn't check her, nothing, you know, why Kenya wasn't there, of course. I'm almost at 20 minutes. So what I'm going to do a part 2, probably titled Kenya Moore Clap Back or something like that. Or, you know, so I can just focus on the tweets and have enough room to really explain and dive into it. Because I think including it in here with the video already being almost 20 minutes, I'm going to rush. And I don't want to rush with those tweets. So I'm going to do a part 2, I promise. Because I know sometimes I promise a part 2 and I never do it. I know, but I'll do it. And I'll focus on that. I do want to say shout out to Kenya Moore for standing up for herself and being strong at the table. It doesn't matter how many people were coming at her. She stood her ground. I'm here for it. She's always been strong. Also, shout out to her for, even in the midst of them being wrong, she still said, hey, if you felt a certain way about what I did, I apologize. She have no problems apologizing and all of that. I also love that she stood her ground with all of the mess that Milo been doing and everything. I'm going to dive into that when I read her tweets because she brought that up as well. But at the table, kudos to her. Portia Williams, some of your supporters, the hypocrisy, the double standards. While Portia was on her phone when Kenya was talking, her fans celebrated, yes, I'm here for Portia. But had that been Kenya, the same people who are celebrating that Portia was on her phone would have been like, Kenya is so rude, Kenya is so this. So that's my point. Keep the same energy. You can't get mad every time Kenya Moore breed, but then celebrate when the person you support is in the wrong. Because had that been Kenya on her phone, ordering food like Tanya and ignoring the girls, and when, you know, asked that I'm talking, as Portia was very rude and hostile, it would have been a big deal. That's the problem that I have with some of these other, fan base. It's like, keep the same energy. You can't keep dragging Kenya and saying how evil she is and she's civilian and she's rude, but then when your person is rude, you don't keep the same energy. This woman even breathed, like I said, and it's like, oh my gosh, the earth is coming to an end. It's over. You know what I'm saying? But someone else can be just rude and is, yes, we celebrate you. That's what Kenya gets. She deserves it. Ooh, child. As you are aware, I've done countless of videos on Breonna Taylor and all of that. I'm not putting her pictures in here because every time I put her pictures or talk about her, YouTube flag my videos. Praying for her family. Just go through the channels and you will see all of the videos I've done about her. Most of them were flagged, but they're not blocked. They're still up, and I'm praying for her family. I'm wishing all of these ladies well, regardless of, the bullying and the gang up and all of that. I still do wish them well. I wish Kenya Moore the best. She really talked about her strength and all of that on social media as well, but I will bring that up in the part 2 video I'm doing on all of her tweets and her clapping back and all of that, okay? Thank you all for your patience as well, and take care. The end of here, my Fina loves. Thank you all for your love and support. If you're not subscribed to the channel, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Go ahead and leave this video a thumbs up. Also turn on notifications so when I do post, you're aware that I posted, and I will see you all in the comment section. Remember to always have the God bless attitude, which is being positive at all times and seeing the good in every situation. Have a great day, guys. God bless.